Have you ever seen a live octopus on the ice? How about a cheeseburger or a waffle? Well, believe it or not, these are some of the weirdest things that hockey fans have thrown on the ice during NHL games. We'll show you some of the most bizarre moments and objects that have landed on the frozen surface of the rink. And trust us, you don't want to miss the #1 spot on our list. It's something that'll make you say, "What the puck?" First, I want to ask you a question. Do you like rats? Yes, of course they're a part of nature and we love nature, right? Well, maybe not when you see one of them in your house. But in this case, it was on the ice, and it looked like fans really loved it. But how did that happen? Let me take you back to the wild and wacky world of the Florida Panthers 1995-1996 season. Picture this. Just before the home opener, Scott Mellanby, the Panthers' hero in disguise, faced off against an unexpected opponent, a rat that dared to infiltrate their sacred locker room. With the accuracy of a seasoned sniper, Mellanby shot the pesky critter across the floor, sealing its fate. What he didn't know was that his rat-slaying act would trigger a series of hilarious events. As fate would have it, Mellanby went on to score not one, but 2 goals that very same day, giving birth to what his teammate John Van Beesbrook dubbed the legendary Rat Trick. But wait a minute, the tale doesn't end there. At the next Panthers game, a fan threw a plastic rat onto the ice following a Florida goal. Suddenly, Panthers fans were introduced to a new ritual. Whenever their team scored, plastic rats rained down onto the ice, transforming hockey games into chaotic rat-catching adventures. Miraculously, the Panthers would make it to the Stanley Cup final that season, only to fall to the Colorado Avalanche, but not without a barrage of rats hitting the ice following each goal. The tradition caused such a delay to the game that it had to be banned, though it was recently augmented to allow for fans to throw plastic rats onto the ice only after the game had been completed. Well, let's move on to another animal. Yep, seriously. Next one on the list is probably one of the most iconic hockey symbols. It's an age-old tradition that dates back to the dawn of time. Well, April 15th, 1952 to be precise. At that time, the NHL had only 6 teams, and the playoffs were heating up, and 2 brilliant minds, the Cusimano brothers, who were the owners of the Detroit seafood store, concocted a plan that would forever link cephalopods and hockey glory. They realized that the octopus, with its magnificent 8 legs, perfectly represented the number of wins the Red Wings needed to capture Lord Stanley's coveted mantelpiece. So, in a stroke of genius, or madness, they flung the slimy creature onto the ice at the Detroit Olympia to boost the team's fortune. As a result, the Wings easily defeated both the Maple Leafs and the Canadiens, winning the coveted cup. The octopus was obviously the real MVP. Since that fateful day, fans have embraced this tradition with gusto, thrusting these prehistoric mucus beasts onto the ice in a show of ardent devotion. And let me tell you, dear friends, they've upped their game over the years. 20 years ago, they even lobbed a sea dweller that weighed 36 pounds during the Wings' 1995 playoff run. What can I say? The bizarre world of NHL fandom, where seafood takes center stage on the icy battleground. And believe it or not, it still goes on, except animals are changing. For example, the fans in San Jose have taken inspiration from the legendary octopus throwing tradition of the Red Wings, but with a twist. Well, prepare yourself for the spectacle of shark throwing. It all began in 2007 during a heated matchup between the San Jose Sharks and the Red Wings in the Western Conference semifinals. A daring individual managed to sneak a 4-foot leopard shark into the SAP Center. Please don't ask me how. It just happened. And what did they do with this unusual accomplice? They hurled it onto the ice mid-play, unleashing a wave of confusion and astonishment. Since that day, it has become something of a tradition for Sharks to make their grand entrance whenever these 2 teams clash in the playoffs. Now, you may be expecting another animal on the list, but don't worry, it's over. We've had enough of rats, octopuses, and other furry or slimy creatures. But next one is probably the most lethal of the batch. A 2008 hockey game between the Flyers and the Devils turned into a nightmare when a crazed fan decided to light up the ice with a stink bomb. He was wearing a Flyers shirt, so he clearly had a bone to pick with the refs who denied his team a goal. It exploded when Mike Richards touched it with his stick. The smoke engulfed the arena like a volcanic eruption. It was a scene of chaos and panic. Yes, I'm totally exaggerating right now. Maybe it would sound more believable if there was no footage of the event, but there is. The game had to be stopped for a few minutes while the smoke dissipated. The players and the fans waited patiently for the action to resume. If you're a hockey fan, you know you want to see more of this madness. So do yourself a favor and smash that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for more epic hockey content.